we love Lamborghinis and drinking Cristal and carrying Louis Vuitton purses. And I'm like, does anyone really wake up in the morning and feel inspired to write about Gucci or even how much they earn? I mean, no, but like, I think Gucci pays these pop artists to sing about them. And I think all the brand names are sending nice royalty checks to the artists for each name dropping that they do. It's crossed about 5 different genre barriers now, and it's in all kinds of pop music on the radio. There was a time when the pop artists of the day were not really pop by today's standards, like Lennon and Dylan and Hendrix and Bob Marley, who would sing about coming together and uniting and standing up for what you believe in, and stuff that we want our kids to aspire to. These days, if our kids didn't know any better, they would think that the ultimate be-all and end-all of life was how much you earn and which brand names you spend it on. And that's why I wrote this song, because I'm kind of like annoyed by that. And not just me, I think Lennon, Hendrix, Dylan, and Bob Marley would roll over in their graves if they heard this stuff. Except that Dylan isn't dead, but if he was, he would definitely roll over in his grave. So the Edge, I'm sorry, but thanks to her, you have to play again. So there we go. All right, ready? This is kind of a plea for us for mainstream artists to write about what they really think instead of just what they're paid to write about. And also for the artists that don't make it to the mainstream to start getting some airplay instead of being cut from the channels just because they're deemed as controversial, as in 50% of the population might not like your message, so we're not going to play it. Because that is what happens, because I know from experience. So here we go.
All the songs they sing really don't mean anything. I'm sick of hearing salesmen on my radio. And I understand that we live in a nation of material fascination, but now it's true, every single place we go. We wouldn't choose material life if we knew what we'd sacrifice, the things we buy lulled us to sleep. So we feed us the American dream. We have no clue what it means, and we don't know the secrets they keep anymore. There was a time when music was used to tell the truth. There was a time when leaders were afraid of you. When did it start? I don't remember. Somewhere along the way, we've all got lost. We all got lost, and now we need to find a way somehow to turn back the clock and turn back the clock. Oh yeah. Now they manufacture these idols to sell their stuff to all of our kids who have enough, but they end up taking billions away from us. So I don't want to hear about your bling or all these other material things or those underpaid third world slaves made for us. I don't really blame my parents, they're too hard on one to care how loud the emo teenagers can scream. But we don't scream about the war or how we've heard these lines before presidents who've murdered all our dreams. So we don't want rebellion means anymore. There was a time when music was used to tell the truth. There was a time when leaders were afraid of you. When did it start? I don't remember. But somewhere along the way, we've all got lost. We all got lost. And now we need to find a way somehow to turn back the clock from all and so ladies and gentlemen, the edge again. Thank you.
Thanks. My last love song of the day, probably. So, your last chance, if you're one of my ex-girlfriends / boyfriends, to have a song dedicated just to you. Does anyone really want that? Oh, okay. In that case, I'm gonna play it for Clarcha. I was trying. Okay. I'm sorry about everything. I'm sorry you had to find out about Taylor and Sandy and Mary and Jason, of course, and Cheryl and Larry. Cheryl, I miss you. Sorry, I didn't tell you that lately. And Coco, I'm sorry.